I have a question, just because it's one that I never have attended this game, and obviously for all of us, we have our rivalries, some of which are between our own teams, but for me, it's the Iron Bowl, right? It's Auburn and Alabama, but for you, it's the Egg Bowl. So I'd love to hear about what it's like to number one be at an Egg Bowl and how that rivalry is. If you can just describe what it's like to be in the in the throngs of that rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. Egg Bowl time of year is always the most intense time of year. Um, Obviously, I got to see it my freshman year, because obviously it's back and forth on who hosts. Freshman year was in Starkville. That was still the age of Tyler Russell and Dak Prescott swapping out as quarterbacks.
Mm.
Um, if you can believe that. Dak was not always starting. Tyler Russell did swap in and out and Dak was injured for I think a good bit or part of my freshman year, but I still remember that Egg Bowl because the end zone was still under construction and it was like literally tooth and nail. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't want to say you can feel tension in the air, but like you really can. I mean, it is a whole nother level of just, I feel like a rivalry in that sense. I mean, I don't, because Mississippi, obviously very similar to Alabama, no pro teams are in the state. So all you have is college football. And people get very intense. I still remember Dak Prescott going onto the field in the fourth quarter and seemingly winning the game. They had gold helmets on. I mean, I still remember it to this day, and it was great. My junior year, senior year wasn't the funnest, even though I was on the dance team at the time, because they did not work out as well in our favor, sadly. I still remember you still remember with Egg Bowls, it's crazy. You remember the great ones and you still remember the ones that just like crash and burn for your side. Most notable one, I feel like in my opinion, and I show it honestly, I show the flag to my students every year because I always have that one class that won't stop talking about football. Oh, I'm trying to remember the year. I want to say, I don't want to say it was like 2019 or something, or I might be confusing it with the one where Ole Miss player got a flag thrown on him because he did like the whole dog peeing on the hydrant
Oh
motion
yeah, I
Yep.
remember
and
that.
got the extra point pushed back and then he missed it. That was crazy. I remember being in Florida with my mom's side of the family, watching that on TV and just going nuts, watching that live. But I remember my favorite Egg Bowl moment was from a couple years later, and I'm trying to remember the exact year, but a massive fight broke out. I can't remember if AJ Brown started. Funny enough, I'm an Eagles fan, so found out later. I'm like, oh, he ended up going to our team, which was really ironic. But punches were thrown, and there was a flag thrown on every player from both teams, and I feel like that just
I
speaks
remember that.
I
testament
remember
of
that
the
game.
rivalry. Like to me, I'm like, if I could encapsulate the bowl game, the Egg Bowl in one play, that's it. Like it is so intense, it is so high strung. It doesn't matter if you've been in Mississippi your entire life or not, you get thrown into it immediately. But it's definitely one that is enjoyable. Having that egg, I mean, literally like the biggest bragging rights of the year. We had it several times when I was there, and that was always a blast to be able to have those bragging rights and be like, oh, look, we have it, which is always so nice. I always said maroon and gold just go so nicely together. They complement each other so well, which is a
The
very nice.
complimentary colors.
Oh yeah, but Egg Bowl time, best time. So much fun. And I'm sure you can relate with like the Iron Bowl. It's so different when you don't have a pro sports team in your state. It just goes that more intense with college rivalry.
Iron Bowl is fun sometimes. Sometimes it's absolutely.
Kick six. Kick six.
Let's talk about it.
Last year almost wasn't fun, and then it turned out to be really fun on the flip side.
Oh my God, let's not talk about that, please. I saw that. I rewatched that clip on YouTube the other day. I was like, how did this even happen? Isaiah Bond
Yeah,
is a
and then like
madman.
the year before that, quadruple overtime. I'm just
Mhm.
honestly, I'm sweating. I'm just sweating. It's fine.
I can't wait for the Iron Bowl this year. I hope to God Auburn wins. Anyway,
Anyways, the Egg Bowl, though, I know all of us watch it. None of us are Ole Miss or Mississippi State fans, but it is that kind of quintessential the
Yeah.
day of Thanksgiving. Like you're there, you're watching it, and it always shows out. I think I don't remember in recent years watching one that I was bored. Like it's always been one that's fun.
I was gonna say, and of the SEC rivalry games, I believe it's the first in the week, being on Thanksgiving, I believe, typically. So it gets the party started that week. So
Hey, now you'll have a reason to root for Mississippi State, just saying. At least pull for them slightly. We're
Yeah,
very,
hey,
come on, we're so nice.
I don't know. It depends. It depends if it gets Ole Miss into the playoff or not. We might have to see where we're sitting.
true.